All right, folks, back on the Boss Man Show with Austin Peay, men's basketball operations guy, my man T.A. Travis out on the Boss Man Show. T.A., what's up, brother? How you doing,
Absolutely,
man?
it's good to be here. It's good to be here. Thanks for having us, and thanks for coming up here. We get to see you about once a month. It's
Yes,
nice.
yes, sir.
It's nice. It's always an easy trip for you to make.
Yes, sir, man. And T.A., me ask you, man, so what was kind of your journey into basketball, man? And kind of what you say you want to get into this business, man?
Yeah. So, grew up in Wichita, Kansas, and my parents are both graduates of Wichita State, and they've been strong supporters of the university, and they've had season tickets to Wichita State games since the '90s. And when I came in this world, uh, they got me. And my first few days in life, I was at a Wichita State basketball game.
Wow.
So '97 up to the time I graduated in 2016, I was always going to Wichita State basketball games. And in those 18 years, I figured out, man, this is what I want to do. I want to. I didn't know what all went behind what all went on behind the scenes, but I knew I wanted to work in the industry. And then I was presented with that opportunity at Grand Canyon to be a student manager, and I learned more about the job and the industry and what it takes to be in it.
No doubt, man. And being a student manager, man, you touch everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great way to really learn. So expound more about that role that you had as student manager. Learn about basketball, this business, been around the coaches, and kind of seeing how the sausage it's made per
Mm-hmm.
se.
Yeah, so being a fresh manager at Grand Canyon, you're doing the laundry, you're rebounding late at night, you're doing whatever you need to do just to stay in the position. And going into college, my freshman year, I thought I wanted to be a head coach one day. Well, in college, you learn a lot about yourself, and I determined that going into my junior year that I wanted to be on the operations side. So as I worked harder in the industry and during my time as student manager, I was able to take on some roles in the office, and I kind of just fell in love with the operation side of things. And I worked with some great operations directors, um, Jesse and Dylan, and they taught me a lot, and I just fell in love with the operation side of things.
And T, in the operating side of things, talk about difficult trying to figure out what hotel to stay at,
Hmm.
what bus line to get, what
Hmm.
flight to take, all those did moving parts, and also how to get it around practices and getting in the gyms. Talk about that piece of it. I know it's the work you do is very much appreciated because it's a hard thing to do to get all these
Hmm.
things to work just right for the team, and the guys never really see it until it
Hmm.
happens.
Yeah, well, fortunately, we have a really good travel agent that works with us, and he does a phenomenal job of getting me the information that I need, hotel quotes, airline quotes. We have a bus that we use, a bus company that we use. So the main thing is communication. You have to communicate. You have to communicate with the travel agent. You got to communicate with the staff, the support staff. They do a phenomenal job of helping me out and making sure that we're all in line. When it comes to being on the road, you have to communicate with facilities directors of different arenas. You have to communicate with different director of operations at the with the opponents. You have to communicate with the restaurants. The main thing is just picking what your priority is. There's some dates you can't that are fixed. You can't move them, or sometimes that are fixed. You can't move them. For example, you got a game at 7 o'clock. You're eating around 3 or 3:30. So if a game's at 7, you can build your itinerary off of that and whatnot. But communication with the entire staff is huge in making sure everything runs smoothly.
No doubt, man. 100%, man. Like I said, I see on the NBA side how hard those guys work,
Hmm.
man. And so I know you're working your tail off. They have assistants to the assistants.
Right.
You just one man show doing
Yeah.
this right now.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's a one man show, but Joey Heimel and Matthew Morgan, Yoda Kamara, our student manager, and Kobe, they all do a phenomenal job. But it's a giant effort and great teamwork that goes into it.
No doubt, man. And just something that the other staff members talk about how you all connected like
Hmm.
as one and you all together. I'll go. Have you ever worked in a place where everybody is so on the same page, everybody has the same vision and just love each other, love and like each other, and doing stuff together like the way you all do?
No, no. Under Coach Gibson, that first year at Northwestern State, I saw a lot, and now I've going into our second year here at Austin Peay with Coach Gibson. This is my fourth year with Joey Heimel, and I have never been able to prior to my time at Northwestern State under Coach Gibson. I've never been with a team that has been so connected and so well bounded together. And we don't take our creed. Um, we don't kid about that. Brotherhood, servanthood, and unconditional love. We don't kid about that at all. And you can feel it every day you walk into the office.
No doubt, man. Every time I come up here, it's all love.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm serious. When I go to, I visit a lot of places. It's not nothing like when I come up here.
Mm-mm.
It's truly all love when I come up here,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really those three pillars that you speak of.
Absolutely.
It's definitely real.
It is very real. It is very real. You can't, like I said, you can't go a day, even if you're not in the office that day, but you're around each other. Doesn't matter where you're at. You can feel all three of those pillars coming together.
And no doubt, if you TA, talk about the players, man. Let you know the players and helping those guys, encouraging them on game day, practices to make sure they're doing the right things. And in your role, kind of being that extra support for the players as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, um, I don't really do any kind of coaching
No
with
doubt.
with operations. You know that, but just asking them, how you doing, checking on the family, how they doing school work rise, how they doing with their mental health, stuff like that, and I'll go to them and ask them. I'll let them get some say in what we want for post game meals or pre game meals, and it's just keeping a relationship with the guys, and that's probably one of the best parts is the relationship with the players. Just trying to stay in touch and how's the family, checking in on.
In this world, man, that we live in, relationships are everything.
Mm,
That's what my thing is. Like the impact relationships have with there's still coaches I still talk to this day that I played for
mm,
because relationships we had when I was at that age, man. I feel like in this world, man, relationships go so much farther.
mm.
It's not transactional.
Right.
Like I only talk to you until you don't place me anymore. Now
Mm-hmm.
this is a 40 relationship, not just 4 years.
Mhm. Yeah, this is a transformational uh, component. Um, you know, um, you know, some people, they take life a transactional route. What can I get out of this? Transformational. It's key on what can you do for each other and build each other. And like I said, just the relationships that I have with the players, it's huge, and that helps my mental health.
No
The
doubt.
relationships that I have with players, they help my mental health, and I hope I can help theirs.
No doubt. Well, T, it was great to have you on the show,
Absolutely,
my good
absolutely.
brother. Thank you for doing this, folks. It's TA, your operations guy here off the basketball. He's the man behind the scenes doing everything. It's my man, TA.
Absolutely. Let's go, Peay.